Nice web, Mr. Crack Spider. 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 The web structure was not affected. Bug Spider, Mr. Crack Spider. Nice web, Mr. Crack Spider. The web structure was not affected. Raised over 100 young, but the mate got a restraining order, and now the spider can't go within 100 centimeters of the web. The spider built a web, found the mate, and raised over. The crack cocaine spider figured building potential was more socket. The spider was exhausted.
Hello, hello. What is up?
Sciatica.
Sciatica.
Howdy, gang.
Sciatica sounds like a Darth evil like villain from Star Wars.
That's absolutely what it is. That's why I'm in the dark.
That makes sense.
Trying to keep the sensitive documents here blurred.
That's always a good idea. What kind of sensitive documents do you have?
Austerity documents.
Austere. And us steering us down the right path of austerity.
Do you have power steering in your van, man?
Oh yeah, it's got power steering. Power windows, power steering. I've got a voltage inverter, so I can convert the 12-volt direct current to the other one. Forgot what it's called. Alternating current.
Alternating.
Just like our good old buddy Tesla. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
You're talking about direct current, and I want to talk about direct democracy tonight, straight out of Greece.
Are we going to talk about ACDC?
Yeah,
There's always
we can fit that in.
always room for some AC/DC, of course.
Right on. Oh,
What's up in the chat, you
gosh.
guys?
Jeez.
Stella Moon, how's it going? I Gabe. Hey, hey. Let's see who else is here. Raw Rossum. Thanks for joining us. Hope
Some new
everybody's
names.
Saturday is cool. Yeah.
So, gentlemen, I was in Tombstone today, and it was pretty great because there was I saw like 2 families of masks. That was about it. Of all the looky-loos and cowboy cosplayers, like nobody cared. And people were smiling and talking to each other like normal human beings, and it was really nice. Like as my wife and I are driving back, we're like, you know what? Could we move here? We could probably live here.
That
It
would be
makes you
awesome.
think about it, right?
The Wild West.
To be comfortable again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To be human.
To be human again without guilt.
Mm. Or shamed.
That's right.
Shame.
Yeah. I went to a wedding yesterday, and there was probably 125 people there, and only 2 people were wearing masks. I thought it was a nice turn of events. Of course, I didn't talk to those people. They're kind
Well,
of
they couldn't talk. You couldn't tell if they were talking.
Yeah, it's true. It's hard to say. I'm a serious lips reader myself. So
Seriously, I have a hard time at the grocery store with them. I'm like, what? What?
Is that why women wear lip gloss?
Where's
probably.
Because people are always reading their lips.
My eyes are up here.
that?
Distraction technique.
Yeah.
I'm just drinking water tonight. What are you boys drinking?
Aha!
Sparkling water.
Aha, that's good stuff.
Fancy water.
So Tombstone
God.
with the Cowboys,
Mhm.
the saloon. And before we went live, we were talking about a possible Olympic sport and what muscles might be involved in that. I think it's just too good not to share
Yes,
with our
we've-
female listening audience.
We've invented a new sport, but probably won't go mainstream.
Oh, it's a stream.
It's definitely a stream.
I think I missed this.
Well, you were peeing, and it was about peeing slowly,
Oh,
Yes.
not peeing
the,
quickly, and
it's the
controlling
slow
it.
peeing contest.
yeah, that's true.
Right. So the object of this Olympic sport is to be the last man standing and dripping. And we agreed that if you continued dripping, it was like dribbling a ball or dribbling balls so that you could continue playing until you were dry.
Wow, that's quite a trick.
It's like a circle jerk, but it's urination.
Yes. And when
So-
you get the epiphany, it's like, urethra. I got it.
I wonder if they would have to check people to make sure that they weren't not taking their prostate medicine.
Oh yeah, that's doping.
Yeah, that'd be doping.
Prostate medicine would be doping.
Prostate sounds like prostate, and I think that maybe you're a statist.
Well, I live in a state.
Would you represent Walla Walla in this Washington event?
Hey, yeah, that's a good question. Would you guys run for office if you were asked?
Not today. Maybe someday down the road when I got my lawn mowed on a regular basis.
That's what the goats are
Guy-
for.
Yeah. Yeah, right now it's I have too many weeds in my yard to run for anything except for like Senate or something like that. I could probably get away with.
Yeah, you got to shoot high with that.
Yeah.
I mean, because nobody cares about that stuff, apparently.
That's direct democracy. Direct from your home, direct into a Zoom call. Direct democracy.
Direct democracy. I would have to be somewhere that had a mansion for me to live in, that had lawn care taken care of, you know, like state governor.
Yeah.
Right. So they took care of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the
I mean,
services that were removed when austerity started getting pushed along. That cart of austerity. What's pushing or pulling the cart of austerity?
It probably isn't austerity a cart that's rolling down a hill, or is the cart going up a hill?
Are they pulling it uphill? I don't know. I think maybe it's just a cart on a treadmill.
who's the Greek myth that has to is continually pushing the boulder up a hill? Is that Sisyphus?
Yes, Camus wrote about Sisyphus.
Moo. Ah,
I once asked someone who was having a difficult time with life if they had read Camus' story about Sisyphus, and that was the last I ever heard from that person.
because they thought you were telling them you had an STD of Sisyphus, and they were running.
Well, they probably didn't want to have to stick around for my explanation of what a myth is and how it's not a lie. A myth is the story we tell ourselves, which might
difference.
be truthful, it might not be.
Right. So, speaking of the Greeks, Alan,
Yeah. You want to
you've
see
been
my
doing
not
some
quite
digging.
Pinterest?
Yeah, you're not quite Pinterest thing.
Yeah.
Is that where you found all this? Pinterest?
No, the problem is Pinterest requires me to log in, and I don't want to make a Pinterest login, which probably requires a Facebook account.
That's a pain.
Mm-hmm.
I hate things that require Facebook accounts.
A lot of what I try to do is using like the Tor browser to try and find these synchromistic connections that aren't tied to my browser cookies. And that's somewhat of a challenge sometimes.
Sounds tricky.
Have you
I
ever
love
used a
cookies,
Tor
but
browser?
I hate internet cookies. Have I heard of the Tor browser?
The Onion router, the Tor browser.
Tor?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've heard you mention it, but I'm not familiar with it.
I used it years ago. I haven't used it in at least a decade.
It's gotten so much easier to use. You can
Is
use
it?
it
Oh,
on your
man.
smartphone.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's very handy when you're shopping for things and you don't want those cookies to track you across websites.
Or those pesky laws?
Yes, if you're looking for if you're looking for laws and you don't want that to go on the record. Yeah, that sort of thing.
So what is it? Is it an anonymous browser, pretty much?
It connects to the network, which anonymizes your IP address.
That's pretty cool.
It's quite useful, yes.
Do you have a what's it called? The thing that and that I forget
You're
what it's
thinking of
called.
a VPN, a virtual private
VPN,
network?
yes. Yes. Or do you not need one when you go through Tor?
You could use them both. You could use neither. It depends on what your goal is. If you use a VPN, that sort of connects at all times and routes all your traffic, all your computer traffic through it. The Tor browser will just be active in the Tor browser, and it'll connect from your browser, which is based off of Firefox. So if you want to go and browse Pinterest and not have it track your eclectic interests, then maybe the Tor browser is for you.
Tor.
kind of sounds like Thor with a silent H.
Kind of does. It reminds me of Ghostbusters, where Rick Moranis is talking about the mighty Tor.
Isn't the Mighty Tor at Tor? The movie
Probably.
At Tor with
Ator?
what's that actor's name in the movie At Tor? It's like Mystery Science Theater 3000 stuff.
Never seen it.
Isn't that Ator the Screaming Eagle?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
The
I
Screaming
love those
Eagle
crappy
Democracy.
movies. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Ator, the Screaming Eagle.
So without delay, I think I'll try to share my screen here.
Fighting Eagle. I got it wrong.
The Fighting Eagle. Can you see the screen now? We'll have to read this for our listening only audience.
There we go.
Twitter needed me to know that there was a new Pop Sugar UK article discussing a new music video from pop stars Lizzo and Cardi B. The way this is framed, it announces that they are, let's see here, I'm scrolling up. Lizzie and Cardi B just confirmed their God, G-O-D-D.
Oh, wow.
Good GODD.
What does that mean?
Double D's. Look at the picture. That's
That is what it means, isn't it?
content. Yeah, it can only mean one thing. Look at her.
No
Hey,
way.
It looks like she's standing in front of a bunch of giant.
Oh, no,
pots.
it's goddess. It's goddess.
Yeah,
Okay, I gotcha.
yeah.
Is she tiny? Looks like she's standing in front of a bunch of giant clay pots.
Yeah, I got that image here somewhere. So they tell us that the video is directed by Tanu Muino and sees Lizzo making her way around ancient Greece, surrounded by iconic statues, architecture, and pottery, with what appear to be quite a few references to Disney's animated classic, Heracles. Is that how you pronounce it? Heracles?
Hercules.
Hercules, Hercules, Hercules.
Yeah. So that's sort of the center node in our spiraling out, and it just gets worse from there.
I don't think I was very impressed with that movie. The Disney's animated classic Hercules. It wasn't very good. Was it Brad Pitt? Was he the voice actor in that movie?
Don't know.
I don't have that level of Disney trivia available to my mental capacity right now. It's just not enough time spent on Disney Plus.
That's fair. Look.
So with keyword Hercules.
It was Tate Donovan.
Oh,
What is a Herculean effort?
Tay Donovan.
Talking about AC/DC and energy, and how do you complete a Herculean effort? But getting enough votes to pass the controversial legislation may prove to be a Herculean effort. The first sentence in the definition brings us back to democracy.
Damn democracy.
Yes. Sometimes it feels like finding a good burger that isn't the price of a sirloin steak is a Herculean effort. So they're tying in the financial aspect and austerity.
That's kind of an odd thing to say. I guess it's better just to eat bugs.
Apparently.
Yeti Sling just said Herculean effort is Lizzie avoiding McDonald's.
I think Trump ordered for her and she couldn't refuse.
Hey-oh.
So we're talking about grilling steak, and you start your fire with an Olympic torch, right?
Absolutely. Every time.
So here's a good search result here, looking for the Olympic flame, and we have the Olympic flame and the torch relay. And an interesting article here, resurgent wildfires in Greece burn homes, bringing us to the wildfire. Greece, August 5th, 2021, resurgent fires torch homes, threaten monuments. Torch meaning to flame, to fire, to burn. And I think that's me down the middle section here. So this is all just one giant image. I can zoom out here and you can kind of see what we're working with. This Pinterest board. And where do we want to take it from there? This image is available in the Telegram group if people want to download it. It's available for you to pinch and squeeze and zoom in on it any way you like.
Oh,
I think
cool.
the next image is the democracy is under fire but also underrated, where they have these rioters and they have these fire hoses in the riot squad here. So with democracy being under fire but also underrated, and we have this militarized police force with a torch, which is a flashlight. You were asking earlier, how do you spell rumors? And I spelled it R-U-M-O-U-R. That's the British spelling. The British pronunciation of flashlight is torch.
Interesting.
That's our multi-contextual analysis of the language here. And then this next headline from a great news source that I quite like, if I can get the title of it here. Some guy took the news and filtered it through a source that strips it of images and makes it just text. 68k.news, 68k news. So you can access it through your retro Netscape browser. It probably goes through Tor real fast too. So from that source, I see the headline of COVID 19 cases from Delta variant in Washington state spread like wildfire. Are you feeling that heat in Washington state?
Oh yeah. It's been pretty smoky. I would say it's very smoggy.
Is it from a fast food joint with a grease fire? Do they need to learn how to prevent and put out a grease fire?
Could be. It very well could be.
So it's Delta variant, right?
That's what they're calling it.
So is that the fourth? So alpha, beta, gamma, delta, right?
Right. Just before epsilon, I think. We were trying to figure out how many letters were in the Greek alphabet because we're running out of them.
So yeah, we've just used the one though so far, right? I mean, we've
So
only
far.
had one variant, I would imagine, that we know of.
Did we skip the first three? Like, I don't remember anything about.
Alpha variant.
Mm-hmm. That's the first one, right? Would we call it the ground zero? The first outbreak? I don't understand the pandemic terminology. And I don't think they do either. Because
Yeah,
the cases
nobody
do creep
does.
up.
They're making it up as they go along. That's the point.
There was an article stating that it was unfair to countries that discover a variant to have it named after their country because it was sort of a negative connotation. Sort of like calling it the Wuhan flu. That's not okay to say. And it wasn't okay that I just said it. So if we could take that back That would
Well,
be
yeah, you're racist.
erase it. Correct. That's what we're talking about. We hear what we want to hear.
Very good, Alan. That's nice. Excellent.
Sometimes we hear rumors.
Rumors. Well,
Rumors.
rumors of wars. Isn't that
Mhm.
what they keep
That's-
digging at us? Is rumors of wars over and over again? I mean, we just got that terrorist warning, right?
Mhm.
Oh, there's a terrorist warning, huh? I didn't hear that.
Mhm. Yeah. Let's see. I'm sure it was Lindsay that posted it today. Yesterday.
Is it in the United States or like
Mhm.
airport warning, or is it an international threat? I feel
Can you
like
see this?
terrorism has been going on all along.
Can you see this?
Oh, interesting.
You'll have to read it to us.
That's from Cosmic Mirrors. It's a potential terror threats opposition to COVID measures. So they're calling anybody who opposes COVID measures a terrorist. Claims of election fraud, belief Trump can be reinstated, 9/11 anniversary and religious holidays,
Mm.
national terrorism alert ahead of 9/11 20th anniversary.
So despite all the austerity, they still have the ostentatious ability to plan ahead for specific events. That aren't wildfires, apparently. Because
Oh, my
here,
aha kicked in.
yeah, what'd you find?
Oh, I gotta go use the sport.
Oh,
Oh,
he's ready to play the game. Keep on target. It's funny how you talk about your bladder and then you just, you can't delay that. You can't hold that
true.
off.
It's true. And it's like, especially like on a road trip
Yeah.
where you don't have to go to the bathroom and then you see the sign that says rest stop like 1 mile, and it's like, anybody have to go to the bathroom? Everybody's like, no, I'm good. So then you're like, oh, I'll be fine. And then as soon as you pass by the rest stop without stopping, the urge immediately hits. And it's an emergency after that.
So I show this image here of the Greek fire, this naval warfare here. This is just from Wikipedia here, with some Greek text in the image. A monk illuminated a manuscript with some warfare here. And I'd like to highlight the shield on the ship on the left. Kind of looks like a flower shape.
It does kind of look like a flower.
They are flaming that other ship.
Or it could be a cymatic shape.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely flaming.
This says the Roman fleet burned the opposite fleet down. That's in quotes. That's a translation of the text. A Byzantine ship using Greek fire against a ship belonging to the rebel Thomas the Slav. 821, 12th century illustration. Greek fire as a weapon.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that Jack Parsons got the idea for his solid state rocket propulsion system from Greek fire.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Something like asphalt or something.
Something like that.
Something like
fire
that.
breathing dragons as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Drake is a dragon. You zoom out a little bit.
That's
The rumors are, and we kind of skipped directly to this that Cardi B had slept with Drake. And that's kind of what the song might be addressing directly. So Drake sings with DJ Khaled a song called Grease last year, July 16th, 2020.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Called Grease. Called
A
Grease.
song called Grease. Yeah, 1 year ago.
That's when they had a meeting of the minds.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the new song called?
The new song is called Rumors.
Rumors.
I'll get back over there. I'm using my keypad here to gently kind of go across this image here. So our readers can see this image from a New York Post, I think. Birthplace of Olympics evacuated due to Greece wildfires. And if you heard that over the radio, you might just think that their panini shops went out of control. And they had to evacuate the city of Olympia because the Euros were just completely greased out and burned up. Olympia, where the games were held from 776 BC to 339 AD, was also hit by wildfires in 2007, 13 years ago, with the flames taking dozens of lives but sparing the ruins of ancient venues. That's the big concern right now is, are the ancient ruins burning?
I didn't think that stone buildings could burn, but turns out that they can. They can be damaged by fire. Sometimes fires get really hot.
They have to build firewalls. So with the displacement of people, we have a tweet here out of Greece talking about that. Talking about the Afghanistan conflict, welcoming actions now taken by several states to temporarily halt deportations of failed asylum seekers and ensure access to asylum procedures. This is UNHCR Greece talking about asylum seeking. In ancient Greece and Rome, an asylum referred to a place where people facing persecution could seek refuge. These locations were largely religious in nature, such as temples and other religious sites. A similar concept to cities of refuge existed in the ancient Levant. So they're tying together refugees and asylum seeking. They wouldn't need to seek asylum if their city wasn't burning down.
Yeah.
Is that more austerity?
Well, it's a good way to move everybody out of their houses and then you know, wasn't the wealthiest guy in antiquity. He was the Roman fire marshal, and they would set fires, and then he would go knock on all the doors and offer to buy the houses of the people who live there for cheap. And if they sold their house to him, then he'd put the fire out. But if they refused to sell, then he would have his firemen stand down, and their houses would burn. And he ended up becoming the wealthiest landowner in probably all history, or something like $400 billion worth of properties or something in today's standards.
Yeah, wasn't there a song in the Disney movie Pocahontas questioning how anyone can own land?
I believe so. I haven't seen Pocahontas. I saw it in the movie theater a long time ago, so it's a good question. Back in probably 1995 or 6 or something. So my memory's a little foggy.
A little smoky.
little smoky.
Hmm.
My austere memories are a little bit smoky. That movie.
Clouded like you're on Mount Olympus.
And it would be a Herculean task to force myself to remember it.
Yeah, it's a lot of heavy lifting to remove the
Lots.
scales from your eyes.
Exactly.
So here's some more information and that specific pattern there that we see on the jars. That sort of labyrinthine maze-like pattern that they feature in the Rumors music video. So here they are, made up with their long talons. I think Cardi B does that little flip with her voice. Kind of sounds like a bird. Kind of sounds like a banshee, maybe. I don't know what she's going for here. She's got a is that a Doric pillar on her head? I was just
Yeah,
looking
look.
at the architecture.
What's on the breastplate?
Do we need to zoom in? Which breastplate? Which
Is that a bird? What kind of is that a bird right there?
I don't know. It's kind of
Oh.
hypnotic. I don't know. What do you say?
I can't make it out.
It kind of looks like it has the shape of a bird, but I don't know. Maybe we need to see it in motion. We'd have to watch the music video just to kind of see.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Here
You can do it
Lizzo
for me,
has,
Alan.
Lizzo has like looks like some kind of a croissant, maybe like a cinnamon roll.
Oh, it's a yeah.
I
It's
don't
frosting.
know. What do you guys see? She's kind of like a shield maiden. I don't know. Maybe a wet nurse. I don't know. I don't know what her job is.
It
But
looks
there's
like
that
a
pattern
head
in there,
wrap,
too. Yeah, like a turban.
like a
Maybe.
turban. Yeah.
Yeah, like a cobra coiled. Maybe like an intestine, maybe. I don't know. Who are we to question the goddesses? We are mere mortal men.
The double D goddesses.
Yeah, the double D goddesses. This article says the girls appear as Grecian goddesses in the new music video, all about the tall tales that seem to be told about them, wearing a shimmery golden gown, not unlike the Greek peplos and gold jewels. Lizzo enters a hall of statues, murals, and giant vases or vases, all painted with classical Greek symbols, gossiping behind her. How unfortunate. She should not have slept with Drake and tweeted about it.
Sounds like she started the gossip.
The rumor mill, yes. It never ends.
It never ends.
Pheme. What is pheme? Pheme.
Also known as Ossa.
Yeah. OSSA.
Was the goddess or personified spirit daemona of rumor, report, and gossip. She was also by extension the spirit of fame and good repute in a positive sense, and infamy and scandal in the bad. Her Roman name was Fama.
No,
Famous.
Osa was a motorcycle brand in like the 60s and 70s, I think. Wasn't that? Let me look.
Yeah, a lot of car companies take their inspiration from the old mythology.
Right.
And once everything with pronounceable names have been copywritten and trademarked, then they have to move on to the other stuff. We have to dig a little deeper.
Yeah, and they don't like to invent new stuff.
They
Seems like
cannot do it.
yeah, it's always just rebranding and echoes, rhymes of the past.
Theme kind of reminds us of theme, like female, which might be unfair because men gossip too sometimes, don't they? I don't know if you've ever heard it.
I think we're doing it right now.
Are we? Are we talking about Barsky and Barsky's not here?
Spreading rumors about Barsky.
What's your favorite Barsky rumor? Put it in chat right now. Let's start this mill.
Yep.
Start.
Let's start this. I heard he has no teeth.
Yeah, I heard that he was hanging out with Lizzo.
That's right.
I heard that Barsky wasn't his real name.
That's probably true.
Well, some rumors are true.
That's right.
That's how you seed the doubt in the person's mind, by giving them the true facts.
That's true.
So, of course, we get back to Ovid, O-V-I-D, and Metamorphosis, that important piece of literature describing Fama, rumor, carries to Deianira report that her husband Heracles, with a K, or rather Hercules, has fallen in love with the captive princess Iole. Heracles, fresh from his triumph in Oichalia, had made plans to pay his vows to Jove, this is Zeus, at Cyneum, when Fama, rumor, rode ahead. Fama, rumor, who talks and loves to tangle true with false, and from near nothing flourishes on her own lies, and swiftly reached the ears of Deianira, rumor that her lord was held in thrall by love of Iole, her doting heart believed. She believed the rumors because the rumors spread faster than truth. The spirit of Theme, of Osa, the goddess personified spirit, the daimona, the demon. And here's where it gets crazy.
I love that line. Her lord was held in thrall by love of Iole. Sounds like a song lyrics.
That is a
It's
great
very
line.
lyrical. Yes. And who wants to read this headline?
Her doting heart believed.
Do you see the
Go,
headline?
Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead, Alan.
Oh man, your face is over it, Gordy. You're gonna have to read it for me. I
Oh,
can't.
I'm sorry.
Make it
Okay.
out.
COVID variants could be named after star constellations if Greek alphabet is used up, says WHO epidemiologist. Names including Orion, Gemini, Aries could be assigned, suggests Maria van Kerkhove.
Kirkhav. That sounds like Jove. Is she working for Jove? Is she working for Zeus? The
Yeah,
ancient Greeks called constellations. Let's see if I can say this word. Katasterisomwa. Katasterisomwa, meaning placings of the stars, placed by the gods. The Greeks believed the Olympians put those people, animals, and objects in the heavens for a reason, to serve as unmistakable lessons on proper behavior. Often entire stories play out across the sky, traced from one constellation to the next. Much of the zodiac, a word coined from the Greek zodiacus kuklos, or circle of little animals, represents beasts defeated by the great hero Heracles, or Hercules, as part of his labors, such as Leo, the Nemean lion, Cancer the crab, and Taurus the Cretan bull. Other tales are even more bloody and brutish, reminding humanity of the punishments that await mortals who refuse to pay homage to the gods. How do we pay homage to the gods today? Omelette du fromage.
Cheese,
Mm-hmm.
fromage.
Yeah. We have to learn their language to speak their language. And that honors the gods every time we say their name.
So what god is Delta? Is associated with Delta? I wonder.
Is there a god associated with Delta?
I don't know. I'm sure there's in some sort of astrology thing. There's associations with each letter, isn't there? Somewhere.
Looking after the archetypes as well. Yes, is there an archetype for a woman who spreads rumors?
Oh yeah, good idea.
And what is her name and how does she dress? Looks like the chat's on fire. Someone try and put it out. Let's slow it down. The rumors are spreading so fast.
So fast.
Talking about Nickelodeon and Rugrats. It's very very iconic. I'm thinking of Pete and Pete. Do you remember the hero who wore red, like red long johns and ran around like a superhero?
No, I didn't watch a lot of that. I didn't have cable when I was a kid.
Oh no.
Yeah, missed
I'm
out
too
on
old.
canon.
There was so much on Nickelodeon that taught us about life.
I'm sure.
Like
Pete-
Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy. Yep. Famous goddess of rumors. There it is. Part of fame is having rumors about you, I suppose. Barbara Streisand representing.
Ah, thank you, Slick. Nice.
The slime. It was a humiliation ritual in which our favorite celebrities would win an award and they would be covered in the green Nickelodeon slime, which kind of reminds me of Ghostbusters and ectoplasm, but I don't know if it's directly related. In our multi-contextual examination, we have to see that it is related because it cannot not be related in our minds today.
That was a great movie too, Ghostbusters. I haven't seen
For
the
this-
sequel. I heard it was terrible.
Don't do it. It's awful.
And now they're coming out with another one, Ghostbusters, a third movie. I think it's going to have Bill Murray in it and kids. So more of a kids movie.
It's another version of Stranger Things. Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's the
real,
same thing. It's the same stuff over and over again.
it sucks when they take a really awesome movie and trash it with the sequel. Just kind of what they've been doing the last few years.
It's that name brand recognition. People understand what Ghostbusters is.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be explained. It's the comedy and tragedy, going back to the Greek plays, wearing the masks of comedy and tragedy.
They look like they're wearing the same mask, actually. Was one of them yeah, I mean the faces look like they're making this a similar expression from here.
Yeah, it's that great big grin, that grimacing grin.
And then maybe evil laughing.
Mhm. The three genres of drama were comedy, satyr plays, and most important of all, tragedy. Comedy. The first comedies were mainly satirical and mocked men in power for their vanity and foolishness. The first master of comedy was the playwright Aristophanes. Much later, Menander wrote comedies about ordinary people and made his plays more like sitcoms.
Interesting.
So we can trace Hollywood back to ancient Greece and the satirical, mocking comedies, mocking those in power.
What wonderful magic they discovered that we're still using. You know, hypnotizing a whole theater full of people that are watching this play up on a stage with lights and darkness and rhyming words rhythmically spoken.
The rhythm is very important. And today, with our short attention spans, we have the short form music video, which is just that. It's a rap, it's a rhyme, and they tell a story in 5 minutes or less.
Yeah, they're very effective at changing your mood. You know, if you really get into a song. And
Is comedy more contagious than tragedy?
Oh no, no. Comedies don't never win the Oscars. The tragedies always do. They're the ones that are always recognized. The comedies are always ignored. They never get recognized.
That's a real tragedy.
yeah.
See, I think we need to do it like a punk song, just 2 minutes and it's over.
Yep. You can play it on repeat if you want, but the song is 2 minutes.
Yeah, it just
There's
is
a
what it
6-minute
is.
song that repeats 3 times the same thing.
Hey ho, let's go.
Yep. That's the catchy line. Just repeat it. And this says tragedy dealt with the big themes of love, loss, pride, the abuse of power, and the fraught relationships between men and gods. Typically, the main protagonist of a tragedy commits some terrible crime without realizing how foolish and arrogant he has been. Then, as he slowly realizes his error, the world crumbles around him. The three great playwrights of tragedy were, I'm not going to say their names. I can say Euripides, Sophocles, and what's that other guy's name? Aeschylus? That was my pronunciation.
I don't.
Specialist?
Yeah, I don't know what the AE sounds like. The letter
Like Egyptian.
we don't have.
Aeschylus.
Aeschylus.
See,
Like
we don't
anima.
speak the language of the gods today, so we don't know how to pronounce the sacred names of power. Aristotle argued that tragedy cleanses the heart through pity and terror, purging us of our petty concerns and worries by making us aware that there can be nobility in suffering. He called this experience catharsis. Watch it all burn down to the ground. That's your God-given cathartic experience.
To burn democracy to the ground with their Greek fire, the grease
think-
fires.
Yeah. I think
So
that's the plan.
when you were saying that what's his nuts created the rocket engine from Greek fire, what are you thinking that the Greek fire was? Because I had heard it interpreted as like magnifying the sun with the mirrors of the shield, kind of turning it into a laser weapon.
That could be. I think I
But
might have
what
something like that. I think what Jack Parsons was talking about was like a mixture of diesel and asphalt or something to that nature. Something that was just like a boiling burning oil or something like napalm. Somebody said in the chat, very similar to that. Something that you could douse your enemy in and they would burn and burn and burn, and there was no way to put it out because it was like a grease fire. Like water wouldn't put it out. You'd have to smother it with dirt or something, and it just be terrible because you just keep burning.
It's the Ring of Fire. Johnny Cash sings about that.
He sure does.
That song never ends. So now I ask you all, what is missing from our incomplete Pinterest board? What would we add to it?
That's a good question.
What sort of loose ends could we explore here? I'll read this here. It says, a resurgent wildfire burned homes north of Athens and blazes across southern Greece. Forced more evacuations Thursday as weather conditions worsened and firefighters in a round-the-clock battle strove to save a former royal palace and the birthplace of the ancient Olympics. In a dramatic scene, as flames approached, fire crews went house to house to escort residents out of homes some 20 kilometers, that's 12 and a half miles to Americans, north of the capital. The capital. The fire threatened the power supply to parts of the capital after damaging the transmission network, officials said, adding that fire crews with more than 700 people were working through the night. This is the Herculean effort to save Athens, to save the birthplace of democracy. It requires power to achieve a Herculean effort, and if they cut the power, the transmission of power is cut, then how can they power their emergency equipment? How can they communicate? It makes it a real tough job.
It does make it a tough job.
Ordo says that Greek fire is drugs in ancient terms, which could be true too. That the pushing of drugs making us all weak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, the argument over the movie Grease being a better musical than Rocky Horror continues in the chat.
Better than Rocky Horror. I'd say they're equally as terrible. But that car at the end, I mean, the Grease Lightning is pretty bitchy.
Grease 2 has a motorcycle. Was it an OSA model?
My, actually, no, I think it was a Triumph,
Hmm.
but I could be wrong.
Greek fire could be a drug. Yeah, it certainly could be. What sort of drugs do we need to keep our democracy flowing?
What? It was a Honda Scrambler. That's ridiculous. Why would they use a Honda Scrambler? That's not cool. Nobody's cool riding a Honda Scrambler. That is so lame. Man, not only was the music terrible, even the motorcycle was crap. Okay.
I guess John Travolta could make it cool.
that's why they had to get that
Power
third
of
string.
Scientology. John
Right?
Travolta brings Dianetics alive. Battlefield Earth.
Now that was a good movie.
You know, I've never seen it. I've been told that I need to see it. I don't know why. Like, I think I'd rather watch Tour of the Fighting Eagle, but
I'd like to
it's
see
probably
that one.
it's probably equivalent, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I like sci-fi, so it wasn't terrible. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And the historical the whole Scientology relation with it is kind of cool. So it's fun discovering the Scientology lore.
I remember Entertainment Tonight was promoting it. And that was about around the same time, I want to say, when they were promoting Eyes Wide Shut. Do you remember Entertainment Tonight?
Oh yeah.
And they would promote this movie, Battlestar. What did I say it was?
Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth. Yes, with John Travolta playing a character with dreadlocks, I think. And every angle of the movie is at a canted angle, so it's at this sort of Dutch angle. And it's like shaky cam throughout the entire movie. And the set designs are just interesting choices all the way through. It's this science fiction film which probably never should have been made, but exists. And I think we have to honor that by watching it.
Definitely.
At least once. Yeah, at least once.
Okay, great. So I have homework
You
to
always
watch a
do.
terrible movie. I mean, if I watch a terrible movie, I want it to be really, really terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
It has to be done sincerely, and it has to have a budget, and people have to believe in it. And then you
And
can
a-
watch it.
And a lobster that looks like a giant, you know, that you can see the hand behind it.
Mm-hmm. That's the movie Lobster Man from Mars, I think.
Right, right.
It's a good one.
Or Giant Gila Monster. At least Giant Gila Monster had a hot rod, had a better car than Grease 2. I mean, it had a 32 T-Bucket Roadster. Like, and Grease 2 had a Honda Scrambler. Sad, pitiful.
I remember looking forward to seeing Grease 2 because I had seen the first movie so many times. I'm like, I'm tired of this movie. Let's see where they take it. And they take it on the road with a motorcycle. And the drama just builds up, and I'm like, I think this is Grease in name only. I don't think the script had anything to do with the first script.
I haven't been lucky enough to see the second one.
Oh, he jumped a swimming pool. I'm not sure if there was a shark in it, but
Sounds like it.
yeah, pretty fantastic.
Pretty fantastic.
Emily is mentioning Get Him to the Greek. That's with Jonah, right? Jonah Hill. And who's that other guy? That comedian.
Russell Brand.
The Russell Brand. Yeah.
The Russell Brand.
The Russell
Oh.
Brand. Brand X. I remember laughing at that movie, Get Him to the Greek. Was it an awards show that they were trying to get him to? And what were the synchromistic connections discovered by reading the synopsis of Get Him to the Greek? Let's ponder that.
I think Russell Brand was playing a character much like himself in his drug using days. It was a guy that enjoyed substances and was like sort of a drug filled romp.
We're talking something more than a hot drink like caffeine and coffee.
Yeah. I think there was like all kinds of stuff. Like there was something called a Benny, I think.
Would Barsky know?
A joint with like every kind of drug in it or something like that. Oh no, it's been a while since I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
If
Ask
Barsky was
Barsky.
here,
Oh,
he
it's
could-
drugs? Ask Barsky. That's our rumor today.
There's so many different names for all of these street drugs that I can't keep up with them. They just fly right over my head.
Well, they keep changing it.
Mhm.
You got to keep the squares from figuring out what you're doing.
That's
So you
right.
can-
Gotta keep the code going.
Yeah, the code
I
is
can't-
44. Can you believe it? 44.
The master number 44.
We're going to look at some pillars and find some master numbers. She's wearing one on her head. Is that a Doric or an Ionic pillar? If someone in chat could confirm that for us. Is
think
this
it's
a
Ionic.
Doric or Ionic pillar?
What's the significance of that? Either or.
I don't know. but
Just
I'd
the
like
shape
to.
of the head is different.
She is a pillar of pop culture. She holds up the industry. There's a saying about black women who hold up the industry. I don't know the exact phrasing of it.
So
Or
it is
maybe
an
something
Ionic.
Is it Ionic?
Ionic. A Doric doesn't have the swirls on it. It just kind of tapers up, kind of tapers it back out as it goes up. And then there's Corinthian
Oh, yeah.
pillars, which are very more ornate. They look like they've got feathers kind of on them.
And Get Him to the Greek. Sean Combs. Is that Sean Puffy Combs? Playing a boss. Sergio Roma. Taking us back to Rome. And the name Aldous. Is Aldous played by Russell Brand? Aldous is locked in the midst of an existential crisis and rues the thought of being accompanied across the pond by an insincere sycophant. Sounds like that might be based on a Greek tragedy or comedy. Was there some music dealings happening in a back room in that film? Maybe that would be like what happens at a Tidal meeting today, TIDAL, or a Spotify board meeting.
So what are you guys' impression of Russell Brand?
You don't want to hear my Russell Brand impression.
Oh, I think I do.
Like-
I definitely do.
That's it right there. It's the
That was
beard
excellent.
stubble. Yeah.
I was kind of thinking he's a little bit of a blowhard, but I do have respect for his speaking skills. He's really good at conversationally. I've seen seen people come at him sort of in an interview, and he turns it around and is very smooth, and turns it around and without really insulting them makes people like him, I think.
Yeah, he's very charming, and he's he comes off very smart, but he uses these $10 words that just make him sound like a pompous ass.
Yeah.
That I mean, he is smart, but he's not as smart as he thinks he is, and he likes to blow Buddhism all over the place, and like he has like really super deep understanding that I don't really think he really does. But hey, that's just me. I'm judging, but that's what we do. We judge them because we put it ourselves out there, and we kind of have to.
Yeah.
But hey, if he brings somebody into some sort of understanding, any sort of deeper understanding, that's cool. But I don't think it goes very deep. He seems like he's kind of like it's like dry drunks, like a dry intellectual where it's almost like he still has that addictive behaviors where he's like, I gotta get this out, and I have to be loved, and his narcissism just is leaking all over the place. But that's just me. Maybe if I had a drink with him, it'd be super cool. But I don't know. I can't listen to him for very long. But you're right. When he does turn it around on people, like I really appreciate that.
He's kind of the British Joe Rogan
Mm.
way.
Oh, good point.
Introducing people to sort of almost occult stuff, or he's got a show that he talks about stuff. I've watched it a couple times. It's come up in my in the role that happens when you watch YouTube and let it just suggest stuff, but never really watched it that.
Yeah, there's something there that you're right, that was dead on with the Joe Rogan thing, because I think they're kind of both owned. No, I don't think. I'm pretty sure they're both owned.
I could see that.
Because they'll only go so far, but they won't go there,
Well,
Yeah.
Russell Brand did go there in an awards ceremony situation. I think it was a fashion awards where he called out Hugo Boss for creating the uniforms of German soldiers who might have
Yeah,
been
the
members
Nazi
of the
uniforms.
National Socialist Party.
Yeah, but that's common knowledge. I mean, everybody knew that.
Mm-hmm. So you think that was a safe outlet for his anger to be?
Oh, yeah, that's nothing. That's now Ricky Gervais calling out, implying that there's pedophiles in the audience at a Golden Globes. Now that's something. But still, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say, and whether or not that was impromptu or if it's something that he had to say, something that was just to roll out the Me Too movement or whatever. It's like soft disclosure on pedophilia.
or just to show up in the news headlines the next day so people could watch the clip on YouTube to
Yeah.
somehow participate in the award ceremony. Kind of drags people back into it because he said something and they have to hear it from his.
Oh yeah, it's ratings. Yep. Ooh, somebody said something scandalous, so we got to watch. We got to pay attention now to this thing that nobody cares about anymore.
Yes. We want the award shows just to die out. Nickelodeon, Kids' Choice Awards, MTV Music Awards, all of these brands, sorry, Russell, they are not holding up like they used to.
Oh, hey, I just caught a fly in my hand. I don't know if you can see this.
Mr. Miyagi.
Oh, yep, he's in there. Shoot.
Now eat him.
Like Renfield.
Yeah.
Look at that. Ah, I don't know. Can you see that?
Nice.
Mm.
Definitely.
That
You
was
should
Hermes, and you just squished him.
Ooh.
He had a message for you.
put him in the refrigerator, and so he gets.
Oh, right. I should put him in a piece of ice.
Put him in some ice.
Yeah.
I had a friend that had this. It was a fly airport, and it was like this, like a piece of paper, and it had like airport lines drawn on it, like a runway. And what you were supposed to do was catch flies, and then you put them in the refrigerator or the freezer or something, and the cold it like kind of stuns them, and so it like slows their metabolism down, and and it came with a little thread, and you were supposed to tie this little thread around the fly's waist, and then tape it to the fly airport, and as soon as you brought it back out of the refrigerator, the fly would wake up once it got to room temperature, and the little flies would buzz around on strings connected to your fly airport.
Yeah, we used to do that when I was a kid with the June bugs here in like they have the really pretty green ones here. Actually, I think they're probably Chinese beetle. I don't know what we call them June bugs, but they're the really pretty green ones. And when I was a kid, we used to catch those and do that same thing. And they were
Sounds so cool.
it sounds like a helicopter.
Yeah.
It's rad.
They probably are Chinese bugs, like some kind of invasive species.
Yeah,
Beautiful
probably.
beetle. That
What
was
happened to Alan? That was weird.
I had to drop out. I'm trying to see if I can share my Twitter feed here, where I was sharing other images that might have gotten me in trouble, if anyone cared.
Uh-oh. Are you following Britney Spears?
I should be. I really should be. What's going on with her conservatorship?
Well, I think her dad apparently stepped down from her conservatorship.
Is that right? That actually happened?
That actually happened. And I don't know if that means that she's going to be released from it. Sounds like there's still a legal company that is running the conservatorship that definitely profits from the situation. And I mean, I don't think that she should be in a conservatorship, but if they take her out of it, you know, I'm sure we'll see her life spiral. You know, some people aren't the best at taking care of their money, you know.
Yeah, but it's her money.
It's her
I mean,
money.
It's hers. That's her life.
She should be able to make those choices and blow all her cash I think she probably would have a lot more if it wasn't other people running the show. I mean, if she was able to market, you know, like branch out into making, you know, perfumes and clothing lines and all the kind of stuff that the Kardashians do, she'd be making a lot of money. She's got so many diehard fans.
So it was yesterday, the Friday the 13th, huh? But this whole thing.
Yeah, I think so. Hard to
I
say.
was tying that into the Fibonacci sequence. And Snake
Ooh.
Jones shared an image saying that, yes, he did see the Fibonacci sequence in nature.
Oh yeah, I see it all the time, man.
Mhm.
And I ain't fibbing.
Mhm. This is Warner Music Group with these two stars here, Cardi B and Lizzo. Says you can buy their single for $1.29.
No, I ain't fucked Drake yet. Ha.
Ha.
Huh.
That's
Was that the actual tweet?
that's the quote. Let's see. Does it link to the tweet? It links to Billboard. I love when you got to click the story continues here.
Yeah.
Here's
But
the big story with Twitter changing their font. People have been real upset that the Twitter font is now a unique font. Chirp is the name of the font.
Chirp. Always something to chirp about.
Isn't that her noise?
It's the noise of a rumor. It's birds chirping. So the news was when it actually went live and people noticed. I guess that they spend so much time on Twitter that they can notice that their font that looks like Roboto and Helvetica New is slightly different. So they had to tweet about it. I don't spend as much time on Twitter as I used to, but maybe this will draw me back in. This refreshing of the brand.
What an exciting new font.
Look at it. Chirp with an exclamation point.
Yeah, it's the exclamation point that really drives it home. So is it all caps? Is that what that is? Because usually fonts will have several versions, but this is just all caps. It's just chirp.
This is the headline. Chirp. This is it. Chirp all about it. I want to get down to the part where I was talking about Discord and their logo rebranding.
Oh, did they really? I don't know how to use that thing, dude. I'm terrible at that.
They've got to make so many different systems to communicate, and they make them all a little bit different just to confuse us all.
Exactly. And then one gets taken over and you can't use it anymore. And we gotta go over to Telegram, and who knows if Telegram's gonna disappear or start censoring us.
Well, we wonder about Telegram and its ties to Pegasus.
Ooh. Pegasus.
Yes.
Who's Pegasus?
A winged horse figure from mythology. Also, a Trojan horse, because it can activate itself on your smart devices.
Oh, snap. What does that mean? Like, tell people all of my information of how many times I turn the light on and flush the toilet.
So Pegasus is a software that runs in the background of your OS, and it's basically a
tattler.
A tattler, yeah. It's a data collection, and sends it to
Your toaster,
whoever. NSA. Yeah.
your
But
smart toaster.
it's been around for probably a decade. I'm not sure how long exactly, but I've heard about it for a long time.
We love you, BlackRock.
And Chad,
What
the
is the song?
NSA agent that is in behind the scenes. He's the AI that goes in and trolls people. Chad.
Chad. Wasn't he the main agent in The Matrix?
Was his name Chad?
I don't know. Yeah,
That would have been great.
Is that Hugo Weaving?
you go weaving
Hugo
webs.
Weaving spiders webs. Yes. And
I love
here's,
Hugo Weaving. He's a great actor.
Here's another music video that kind of caught my attention. It premiered on Facebook. Can you believe that a music video would premiere on Facebook? This is the Caroline Polachek video. Bunny is a writer. Have you
But
heard
he ain't
the
no
song
kind of
chirping?
writer.
There's chirping sounds in this music video. And this is going to tie us all around back to the mythology of the Minotaur. Because in Bunny is a Rider, she's looking through her rearview mirror and she's being chased by a Minotaur through a labyrinth made of these cardboard boxes that are all taped up and labeled with memories and thought forms and ideas that Caroline has had throughout her musical career. So she kind of resembles Christina Aguilera from the video about the genie wearing the red pants. Also kind of looks a bit like a Tomb Raider-ish Lara Croft. The female Indiana Jones. Can I say that? Does that offend anybody?
Not me.
Sounds racist.
It could be.
Probably. Bunny.
Bunny is a writer.
Drop the bunny.
Yeah. There's a song by Of Montreal, Bunny Ain't No Kind of Writer, that kind of reminds us of the song lyrics. And earlier in her singing career, she sang for the group Chairlift. This Amanomanisia, some other big word. The lyrics go, becoming a habit, chasing the rabbit.
Is
Oh,
Bunny's music hip hop?
She does look like PJ Harvey. You're right.
Yes.
PJ Harvey.
Continuing the PJ Harvey legacy. Yes.
Huh.
So I gotta put that little image board there together for my Pinterest audience that it doesn't exist because I'm not on Pinterest.
The mythical Pinterest audience.
Yes.
The legendary.
It is legendary what happens. The images that one can find stolen and reposted to Pinterest.
That you've stolen and posted.
No, I don't source my images from Pinterest. These are all organically sourced from my
Right.
own
I see it.
screen caps. I
Says
captured these
Alan.
images myself.
Alan Marcus.
Yeah, I need to put my watermark on all these images.
Yeah, you definitely
People know
need
to
to
go
need
to
a watermark.
marcus.com for more information.
That's right.
If I don't brand myself, someone else will.
That's right. They'll steal your identity.
That's true.
They already own it. It's cool.
So Caroline Polachek, you're also kind of like that other pop star, Kate Bush, a little bit. You can draw all sorts of comparisons, and maybe some of them aren't so fair, but she did stand on the shoulders of some giants to reach this point in her career. And I think this new single, Bunny as a Rider, is quite interesting to listen to. And I personally think maybe it does a better job of telling a mythology as it makes you work for it to kind of understand what the possible meaning is of this video. And I bring up the idea of Christina Aguilera and her genie in a bottle video, because there's a point where she sings about her being non-physical, and she sort of disappears into like a vapor, kind of like a smokeless fire, if you will.
Oh, like a gin.
Hmm.
Interesting.
I don't know if this video is on YouTube yet, but it premiered on Facebook, and I ripped it and took some screen caps of it.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
It's kind of a little bit unfair. Why would somebody premiere their video on Facebook? Is it like people are leaving the platform and they're trying to make it more desirable still? Or is she going
I don't
for
know
the?
what the discussion was in the back room of the.
Is it she? Does she have a Karen demographic?
I don't know. I don't know.
I only say that
Quite
because
a
I'm not
mystery.
on Facebook.
Well, it was also announced on Instagram, which is now owned by Facebook. So I saw it through Instagram, and then to see the video in its completeness, I had to go to Facebook to rip it.
Interesting. What kind of music is it?
It's indie pop.
Hip hop.
It's got the chirpy sound.
Hmm.
Oh, and
Like-
here's the big news too. Did you see this? Another pop star, Halle Bailey, a twin. Well, she has a sister. She's playing the Little Mermaid in the live-action remake, and it was announced that all of her scenes were finished filming. So on July 12th, our mermaid, our singing siren on the rocks, finished filming the remake, the live-action remake of the Little Mermaid. So that's something we can all look forward to.
So this is, I don't know who Halle Bailey is. I thought it was Halle Berry at first. Halle Bailey.
Again, if you don't follow Instagram, you're not going to get the news.
Yeah, I don't follow Instagram. I don't know what I'm doing.
If you're not curating your Instagram feeds and activating the notifications on your favorite pop stars, you're going to be the last to know, and they're all going to laugh at you.
I don't want that shit.
What? Mine's full of.
What's that?
See, all my Instagram is just owls. It's just owls and the dodo and weird cats.
Ride or die.
Some weird looking creepy cat.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what it's good for. Cats that look like Dobby.
Dobby from Harry Potter.
Yeah, yeah, they do. Here, right there. Look at that. Tell me that's not a Dobby cat.
Dobby's my favorite character from Harry Potter.
Dobby's cool.
I'll give you a sock.
Present him his clothes. Present him his clothes.
And then I was highlighting the fact that a Justin Bieber song was covered by Love and Death. That's the band from that guy from Korn. So
Wait, which guy from Korn?
the Christian guy from Korn.
Oh,
The first
Brian
Christian
Head.
guy.
His
Yeah,
head.
Brian Headwelch, yes.
No,
His band Love and Death. He allowed his other singer to sing this Justin Bieber song and make it metal. And they made
seriously?
They made a real touching music video. Yeah.
Gross.
She's wearing the shirt "My Mama Don't Like You," and it's I think it's a Bieber quote on it. We can zoom in on that maybe. Some paying.
That's cool because there's something I agree with your mom about.
Mhm.
I don't like you.
That's fair. That's very fair. So all my attempts to please the algorithm, I don't know that they're working. I'm trying to tweet about pop music.
Did you know that Justin Bieber performed for some prisoners in California State Prison last month?
Ooh, like Johnny Cash.
Like just like Johnny Cash, yeah, he played his single "Lonely," a collaboration with Benny Blanco.
Now, the best version of that, the best version of playing for inmates is the Cramps, because they went and did the mental hospital, and it was a complete cluster. Because I can't remember which it was some California mental hospital. It was,
Nest.
yeah, it was full on. You can't even use the word crazy because it's just bedlam or
Yeah.
whatever. But they played they played a mental hospital in the 80s, and it went crazy.
That sounds like a hell of a fun show.
I know, right? I would have loved to have been in that, man. Could you imagine? Oh my God. The Cramps and a bunch of mental patients. That's,
Oh, yeah.
oh, talk about starting a fire there.
Yeah, they were on some drugs too, probably.
No, for sure. Yeah. Have you ever seen Lux Interior perform? There's lots of drugs. I mean, and you're lucky if there were just high heels and a Speedo. But they were the best, man. God, I love that band. They were so fun.
I started tweeting about the Olympics and then just stopped because I didn't watch the Olympics. That just kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, nobody cared. It's just that's that observer effect, man. If nobody sees it happen, it doesn't happen. Like nobody cares. It's like the whole hockey season. All the Canadian teams didn't have audiences, and you could feel it the way they were playing.
Right.
Nobody cared.
There was no energy there. There was
no energy.
beating that team egregore.
Mm-hmm. It was the third man effect. It wasn't there.
Oh, that's cool. And the trajectories.
Yeah, this is looks like a white rabbit, and relating to Robert Anton Wilson Day on July 23rd. And kind of like you mentioned earlier, if no one's paying attention to it, does it still exist? I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to the works of Robert Anton Wilson today, and maybe that's a shame because his work and the work that he highlighted from others really seems to explain what's going on today, specifically with reality tunnels and his model agnosticism and the observer effect, specifically with that cat, Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger's cat is both.
Mm-hmm.
They're both things at the same time.
I wonder if it was a Dobby cat.
A Dobby cat
Schrodinger's Dobby cat.
in a box.
Oh yeah. Right.
Well, Cheney said last time we did a show that the way to keep the cat from getting on your keyboard is to put an empty box next to your computer.
Mm.
I wonder if that's Schrodinger's empty box with a cat in it, or it'd be a cat.
It's like a
Rich guys
rocket
in
ship.
space.
If there isn't a billionaire in a rocket ship, does it matter? And I don't know if we solve the mystery of Oliver Demon here.
Oh yeah, Oliver Demon.
Yeah.
What happened with that guy? He just disappeared too.
Where did he go?
Where'd he
What's
go?
he doing now? What are his hopes and dreams, and how will he?
What was the old lady's name?
Look at his face. Look at the grimace on his face.
Demon.
Chiseled jawline, that perfectly coiffed hair, that mission patch on his jacket. Oh, demon. Oh, demon is right.
My dad's a billionaire. That's what he's saying. My dad has money.
Looks like they made him eat the cookie. poor demon.
Yeah. The
For the
demon.
soggy biscuit.
Soggy biscuit.
Bringing it back around.
Billionaires do.
That's right.
What sort of humiliation did Oliver Demon have to go through to become initiated into this spacefaring tribe? This is just makes you shake your head. You just have to wonder, how did this happen? This happened in our culture. This 18-year-old seaman demon on our space rocket. It's incredible. It's
Seaman
incredible.
demon.
That's awesome.
And what's up with that cowboy hat now? Bezos is a cowboy.
He's a space cowboy.
A space cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
The cosplay cowboy.
Definitely a cosplay cowboy.
Yep.
For sure. So what is the old lady dead yet? Is she wearing a seatbelt? Did they have to belt her into that chair? She's wearing a seatbelt.
Yes.
They had to. She kept falling out, so they had to seatbelt her in there.
Look at
Oh
this.
my gosh. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. There's that blue feather. That's that blue origin. That blue Nile origin. The Nile River originates in Lake Tana in Africa.
I kept falling out of my chair, so they belted me in.
Yeah, she's belted to that Hollywood movie set chair.
Yeah. What? She had a weirdo name too. What was it?
I'm trying to remember what it is.
It was something hilarious, right?
Yeah, like
Something fake.
G and City World from above. I am super excited to experience Zero G and City World from above.
yeah.
Synergy.
I am super excited to experience
Do you
Zero
hear
G
him?
and
I am also super excited.
super excited to experience Zero G and City World from above. I am super excited to
Who's
experience
this
Zero
Cyril G?
from above. I am excited to experience Zero G and City World from above.
Cyril G.
Super
Cyril
excited to
G.
experience Zero G and City World from above.
He wants to experience 0G and see the world from above.
I thought he said City World Fireball.
It could have
sounded
been
Wally Funk. That was her name.
Wally Funk.
Bow.
Oh, here's some Striper for you. Some Striper memes. Yep. Michael Sweet still has it.
Is that
Still making.
a deep fake of Michael Sweet? Or is that actually Michael Sweet?
That's actually Michael Sweet from Striper.
Wow.
Head's moving.
No,
It's like
that's
it looks like
that
it's been
isn't-
animated by a CGI. Like it's not
It's-
real.
It's probably
I don't
got
believe you, Alan.
Snapchat filter.
I think it's fake.
It's actually his face. It's his real face. He looks like that.
You can't
I-
tell me that's his hair now.
He's a rock star, man. That's what
Looks
a rock
like a
star does.
Tennis
to his hair.
ball.
So like a tennis ball. It does look like a tennis ball now.
Yeah, you have to brand yourself and you have to rebrand yourself to stay relevant. It's his birthday, July 19th. He's tweeting.
They're coming back? You're joking.
They never went away. They've been recording music
Oh.
all along. The premiere of the song, Even the Devil Believes.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh. Oh, those fellows just look like paupers. Like they're really having a hard time. Did you see that house?
They never stopped rocking.
So Oz Fox is actually kind of cool, the
Mhm.
guitarist, but the rest of them are shallow haircuts.
Just imagine a world where Kiss didn't get recognized, but Stryper did.
Oh yes, yes. Let's reimagine that.
What
Is
was
that
there?
like
Isaiah 54:3.
Yeah.
yes? By his stripes we are healed.
Oh,
By the stripes of his back we are healed, referring to the cat and nine tail
Yeah.
tortures,
The lashes on the back.
the lashes on the back. Yeah.
that makes sense.
The music, it never dies. And here's the shaman of Instagram with Gwyneth Paltrow. This was an interesting story. This is did we talk about this last time?
I don't
Durag
think.
Barrett. He's a friend of
Huh.
Gwyneth Paltrow and the consort of the Princess of Norway. And
Is-
he's the shaman of Instagram.
Is that dork that does all the? He's like a yoga guru guy who he's like a what are they? Alan, what's the Creflo Dollar guy? What's his name? Or what's the Prayer of Jabaz thing? The
Oh, the Prayer of Jabez. They made those little hardcover coffee table books.
yeah. So he's basically the same thing as like prosperity preacher kind of thing, but he's a Buddhist. Is that this guy?
I don't know if he's quite the Buddhist, but I don't know.
Like preaches enlightenment, but you can have a Ferrari.
He does Zoom calls. He wears a Japanese kimono. People get chills when they see him talking about spirits.
Oh, crying. I don't know.
It really
Prickles, even.
Yeah. But the interesting thing is that he's in
No,
with
that's
all
not.
the celebrities. This is Princess Martha Louise of Norway. Oliver Demon was from Amsterdam, right? Holland. What's that country called?
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Yeah. And this is
Nether
Norway.
regions.
Yeah, the nether regions. This shaman here has a podcast. He has a shaman school. He doesn't do spirit cooking. He does spirit hacking. The book came out last year. Talks about leveling up on your birthday.
Is it like mystical numbers or something? Is he one of those guys?
Cycles of sobbing, gagging, shaking, and laughing. The shaman at one point beckoned me to pass the tissue so he could wipe her nose as she heaved into a trash can. He said she was releasing deep pain from inside her. She said she'd never experienced anything like that.
That doesn't sound culty at all.
Sounds like
That doesn't sound like a cult leader.
orgasmic catharsis.
All right. Yeah. Because they always go for the sex magic, don't they?
Yep. We got to get the fluids out of you and put the right fluids in. So this is just the world we're living in 2021.
It's so
And it
absurd.
is absolutely absurd. It is so bizarre. And I keep having these feelings of nostalgia because I remember in the early 90s, Shadowrun combined Dungeons and Dragons with Cyberpunk, and it was a role-playing game. And they had shamans based in Washington State, and they had Native American reservations, and they were taking all this American culture and creating like a role-playing scenario for it. And it's all true. It's all happening right now. The cyberpunk world, the virtual reality. Look at this guy on a recording of a Zoom meeting from his home in Los Angeles, the city of angels.
Is that his home or is that a photo backdrop?
Looks like a photo backdrop. Definitely photo backdrop.
Clearly his home. That is where he lives in the astral realm, in the etheric. If
Oh,
you
right.
believe it. If you can believe it. And who
Just
are we
as
to
yoga and
question?
meditation have become mainstream. Oh man, my eyes, I can't even read that. As a means to reduce stress. So have shamans. Oh, he's a shaman.
He is a shaman.
You know, if you gotta say you're a shaman, you're not a shaman.
I just transcended.
I just healed. You just healed me.
This is a New York Times article. Who are you to question?
Yes, New York Times or the Wall Street
Jessica
Journal.
Bennett, July 3rd, 2020. This is real journalism. This is investigative journalism by a New York Times journalist. Look at that font. You know the New York Times
Right?
font. You can trust it
And trust that font.
because of that
Well,
font has
I mean,
authority behind it.
it does have an advantage in that it has upper and lowercase and not an exclamation point at the end instead of a
Chirps.
New York Times question mark.
question mark. That would make it. Now I would trust it even maybe a little bit more if it had a question mark. New York Times.
Times?
Yeah.
The shaman of Instagram.
And that's just what I got to tweet about, self-promotion. I have to.
Oh yeah, look at you
include
in your
my
wizard
page.
hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet action right there.
Yeah. You don't know how long ago I took that photo.
I don't,
Many,
but I like it.
many millennia have passed since that photo was captured of me.
It's awesome. Oh yeah, the love guru. That's him. That's the dude, not you, Helen. You're obviously a wizard. You're not a love guru. You're
Right.
That's a cool picture. It looks like you're in a
that
studio.
is cool.
I made it myself. Let's see. There's a video that goes along with it. Yeah. Let's see if it's still there. I probably linked to one of our WSWs. I go behind the scenes. If I can remember my YouTube password, I can log into. This is the SP video.
Now we'll start the music.
Oh, there it is. It's a loop of a loop. We can play our own
It's us.
shows within our
Yeah.
shows.
Very meta.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're at. It's that meta level narrative that we're pulling the strings at. It's the synchro-mythic connection between the words, the images, the symbols, the glyphs, the hieroglyphs, the pictographs.
The New York Meta.
New York Meta?
Mm-hmm.
Meta?
Question mark?
Go to the website.
Oh yeah, look at that shot, man. That actually is a cool shot, dude.
It's a still frame from a video I took of myself. I'm working on the tagline. I say, occulted, gesturing, a mature Humeridian wizard seeking metaphysical truth. I need to find my own Dobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dobby cat. Sounds like a really cool description on a dating profile.
You want to do a show where we all open up our dating profiles and see how embarrassing it is?
I'm sure that would be
Well,
pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
It'd be embarrassing for the people that found the profile and communicated with that joker. How's chat doing? Talking about Love Guru, the Michael Myers movie. Michael Myers was also in that Halloween movie, so we have to clarify.
Which Michael Myers?
The
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
Myers with the hockey mask in the Halloween movie.
I'm trying to find the embarrassing picture of me. The one.
The
The
one.
only one.
The
Yeah.
one and only one.
The only one ever taken that was embarrassing, other than my driver's license. Oh, these are great. Okay, see that?
Perfect.
Nice.
I
You got some hair in that one.
know, man. I had lots of hair. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is my senior picture. This is absolutely hilarious.
Awesome. When was that? Like
89.
89.
Put Gordy on
Yeah.
full screen.
88, actually. Yeah.
88. That
full screen.
you look like
Hilarious. Oh, you want a full screen? You want a full screen that?
Miami Vice.
It's
That is cool.
it's hilarious. Hey, bolo ties are coming back, man. I should have kept that shirt.
Those sunglasses are pretty slick too.
Right?
Yeah.
Super cool. And they were I just realized that they're crooked there too, which my glasses are always crooked. I think it's my ears, man. I think it's my ears.
Yeah, I have that same problem. My I usually have to bend my glasses out of square in order for them to fit my head without being crooked.
Yeah, all the time. And I'm sitting here always like, it's
Yeah.
terrible. All right, well, gentlemen, I've been going for a while, so
Yeah, I
think it's my
pausing the
time.
screen so you can show your images again if you want full screen.
you want to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. To
And then
scare
Jim
people
can describe them.
into my. Oh, cool! Oh, look at the background. How smooth and sweet that is. Like it's like a glamour shot.
That was awesome. I don't think I have any of mine in my phone, thankfully. High school is a different time.
Yes, very different person.
Very different person.
Thank God. Well, this is what I do. Okay, bye.
He's always the first one to hang up.
Yeah.
He's like that cool pop star guy who just, produces the awesome album and is like, I don't need you guys anymore. I don't need my old friends. I don't need my old fans. I'm going to do it my own way. What a cool guy.
What a cool guy. What a cool guy.
Let's wrap up what we're talking about in chat. There's some good rumors circulating in the chat. We've got a private Telegram group. It's not so private. You can join it. We share some interesting rumors there.
That's a good idea. Jump over to it. It's Weaving Spiders.
Yeah.
Welcome. Is that what it's called?
That's what it is.
Weaving Spiders Welcome. I'll
We
have
were
to
kinda waiting to see if Barsky was going to join us.
Yeah, I was hoping Barsky would be able to join us. He's been having technical difficulties with equipment and whatnot.
It happens.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
There's a blog that was highlighted in chat, Synchromistic blogspotters.blogspot.com. Some great stuff here. Sort of collating a lot of blogs that I've read. I especially love Horse Lover Fat's Subliminal Synchro Sphere. Kind of tempted to go through one of those live and just see what we can make of it. I don't know if that's
Sure.
I don't know if that would be too much of a leeching off of someone else's content, but it might be fun just to go through it.
You could check it out.
Yeah, we can kind of do that in our own Telegram group where anything goes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Weaving Spiders Welcome Telegram group.
I can share the links in that chat.
Yeah, I'll put that in there after. Well, I don't have the. I can probably do it on the
right
chat.
now. There it is.
The call.
I think the name. Let's see the name of the. Oops. Put that in Interverse chat. Join the Interverse chat too. We're learning the technology here. It's like IRC for idiots, and we're the idiots, and we're trying to figure it out. It's better than social media because we are social and we are sharing the media.
Yes.
The name of it is, it's t.me/WSWCHAT. WSW chat. That's the link. And if you enter that into a web browser, Telegram will work from your computer. And chat with us there.
Well, I think I might play the music here.
I think there's a pizza getting cold somewhere.
I gotta eat some pizza.
Yeah. So there's some wars and rumors of wars, race fires. I think that's how you put out the spider webs.
That's how you do it.
Torch them. That's how they
Spider web's got a natural coagulant in it. If you ever cut yourself shaving, I've had to use a spider web before to put the bleeding out. Cool.
Good night, Gordon.
Good night, Gordon.
Good night, Barsky.
Good night, David Barsky.
Good night, Emily and John. Ordo Abkale. Rachel. Stella. And everyone else who listens at the godly hour and not the ungodly hour.
Yeah, we love you all. Until next time, you live in your minds.
Braids over on now the spider can't go within 100 centimeters of the web. The spider built web. So the crack cocaine spider figured building